Well, howdy-ho there, folk. Welcome back to Dean in the Garage. If you're here with us today, you're joining us for our Amazon Tool Challenge, which you want to spend $150 on the tools you need for you're working on your car. You need a basic toolkit that's going to get the job done for you. Doug did his video already. He went a completely different direction than I did. And now we're going to see what I did for my tool bag challenge. See, I've got them right here, so let's get into it. Alright, as you can see, I've got my bag here full of fun goodies that we're not going to pay attention to right now. We're going to focus on this bad boy. So this guy right here is a 69-piece ratchet set that got pretty much everything from a little 6mm to 19mm, all in 6-point, 1/4 inch, 3/8. She's a wonder. I got this baby for $38.22. I couldn't believe the steal I got on it because it literally is everything I wanted for a ratchet set. The biggest reason I got this guy is because everything has a spot. I'm really big on tool organization when I'm out and about. At home, not so much. Not so great at it. But here, when I'm moving around, going in the driveway, I really like to have a toolkit like this. Something simple, basic. It's going to get the job done. It's got all the deep sockets. It got the shallow sockets. It got the extensions. Got both 3/8 and 1/4 inch, which is really important. It got spark plug sockets. This ratchet set right here will basically tackle any bolt you have in the car. $38.22. It was a steal on Amazon. The reviews are great on it. I can't complain. It's nice and fine-toothed too, which is a big high point for me. So, that is my ratchet set. I'm really happy with it. Not much else to talk about it. Move on to the next tool. Alright. Next tool we're talking about is this bad bag. Okay, this thing right here is a Milwaukee 10x10x11 bag. I've had these before. They usually come in toolkits, and I can't tell you how happy I am. I love carrying them around the yard. They got good sturdy handles that sew real deep into the bag. It's got a double canvas bottom, and best of all, the thing opened up like a bucket. You can't see. I'm not trying to show my other tools, but it's got a nice metal brim here, and you can see the whole thing down and get to all the edges. Can't get better than that. This baby is $13.35. This bag right here was a basic get the job done kind of situation. I had all my tools picked out and had a little left in the budget. Doug said don't forget a bag, so I found one. I also happen to love Milwaukee bags. I've had a couple, like I said before, and you just can't go wrong with them. Milwaukee's a good name brand too. So if you're like me, you like working on your car, you're going to need a basic set of pliers. And that's the next tool I'm going to pull out of this lovely bag. I've got your channel locks, needle nose, your cutters, your cable cutters, your big regular pliers, your micro needle nose, and your regular standard pliers. I got this kit right here for a whopping $16.99. And the reviews on these were absolutely stellar. There had to be over 2,000 reviews with five-star ratings, if I'm recalling that correctly. Can't go wrong with WORKPRO because they're actually made really well. They're sturdy. There's no wiggle in the handle. I mean, even the channel lock, there's no wiggle in the handle. They got good grip. They got good teeth. You can't beat them. And they feel good in the hand. The ergonomics are really good. For anything you need to do on a car, I mean, you're going to need some good pliers, and you need a plethora of them. You're going to need them from different situations. I know I've needed the needle nose, micro needle nose, these cutters, these guys. I mean, all of those you're going to need work on a car. And again, I was trying to find the best bang for the buck on these guys. And for $16.99, I mean, that's $2 a plier. How can you go wrong? Next up on our list is something we all need in our life, is a good old dead blow hammer. Now, you may ask why I didn't go with your standard metal hammer. Well, I find more often than not, I need a dead blow. I need something that's not going to mar up the back of what I'm working on or damage something too greatly with a metal hammer. And a dead blow is always your best choice for that. It's got sand in it, so it still throws a good pound of that. Now, NEIKO is actually a decent brand. I've heard of them before. And, I know it's your mainland communism probably produced part, but again, reviews are good on it, and it was only $11.65, which, is a little more than I would have liked to spend on the hammer, because I definitely would have liked to splurge a little more in other places in the toolkit, but it's a necessity, so how can I go wrong with it? I mean, this is definitely one of the cheaper ones I could find, so, yeah. there she goes. Next thing I'm pulling out of the magic bag of tricks here is what you can kind of already see peeking out is going to be my 5-inch C-clamp by TEKTON. This baby had good reviews. It's a strong C-clamp. It's not your weak manual communism ones. It's got thick metal here. Reason I got this C-clamp is because you're going to need it for doing brakes. When I started off working on cars, I didn't have a lot of tools, and I found a C-clamp in my dad's toolbox and was able to do pretty much any front brake disc rotor set out there, because the C-clamp is basic. It always compresses the caliper back as long as you have the brake pad. And you want a nice big one, because if you have a small one, you can't do it. A nice 5-inch with some sturdy metal around her, she'll get the job done for you. And this baby was $9.21. How can you go wrong for that? I mean, a nice 5-inch that's nice and not crazy. I had one once that was a Y up here. That was really crazy. That was too much. But this baby's good. Alright, the next thing we've got here is a digital multimeter. This tool right here, you're going to find the most handy tool you can have in your bag. You can diagnose pretty much any electrical problem right here with just this bad boy. I'm not going to go too in depth on how, but, you know, checking voltage out, number one. Ohming something out, looking for ground. You're going to need something like this. Now, this is your basic 100% cheapo, Harbor Freight special, mainland communism. They built it in the sweatshops. You know what they do. But I'm going to say this is basic. It's not complicated. It's not hard to use. It's going to get the job done. And that's why I went with this thing. Honestly, this is the one I started off with when I had my first multimeter and started checking things, like checking alternator voltage and stuff like that. Now, this baby, I did not spend a lot on. I literally was looking for the cheapest one I could find because I just needed one in the bag. And that was $6.99. And the reviews are decent for $6.99. I mean, I don't know what you can expect for that price, but I know I still have the one that was exactly like this in my toolbox, and it's still working to this day. Just need the 9-volt battery and the 2 prongs, and you're good to go. Now, in any starter toolkit, you're going to have your pliers, you're going to have your basic stuff like this. But there's one tool that you're going to want, you're going to need. That might be the first tool you're going to want to buy. In my opinion, it's going to be a vice grip. You can't have enough vice grips in your toolkit. I won't lie to you, I've had probably over 40 vice grips in my lifetime, because I lose them, I find them again, or I break them. But that's one great thing if you go with an IRWIN. IRWIN has a lifetime warranty. You can bring this in pretty much to Lowe's, Home Depot, say you've got a lifetime warranty, and they'll swap it out for you. Or you mail it right back to IRWIN, and they'll send you a brand new one. And if you're getting a vice grip, there's no other name brand out there to get besides IRWIN. There's not a lot to get into that. They are the best out there for vice grips, in my opinion. And yeah, that's it. It's got a lifetime warranty. I got the nice 10-inch so I can get leverage on it. Reason why you're going to want a nice vice grip in your tool bag is you've got that rusted, crusted nut or bolt that just won't break loose, and you rounded it off. This baby's going to save the day. She's going to come in like Superman on cocaine and just get her done. So this is one reason you want this baby out there. This baby was only $8.50. Oh my god, that's a steal, guys. It's a good 10-inch vice grip. You can't go wrong there. Now, to segue from the vice grip, I want to show you a special tool I picked up. And where is she? Something similar design in the vice grip, but I needed to fulfill the need of wrenches in my bag. So you got the good old Nebraskan nut rounder here that has a locking handle grip. So that's pretty self-explanatory. If anyone's had one of these babies, the nut rounder for a reason. These babies always loosen up while you're trying to get the nut out, and you always end up stripping the nut. Well, with this, you don't have to worry about that. You got her locked down tight. She won't go nowhere, and she'll act like a vice grip in that way that it's going to get a good grip, but you're not going to mar up that end too bad. It has some light teeth in there, but it's going to get the job done. From the reviews I saw on it, a lot of people liked it. It was a unique design, and this was just a basic tool I had to fulfill the need for finding a wrench, and that was my biggest thing. Is I with the amount of money we're spending, I couldn't find a decent wrench set to put into the kit that was going to make sense. So I found this because it's going to give you everything from an inch down to pretty much nothing there. So I got this baby for a whopping $17.95. It was a little expensive, I won't lie. I could have gotten a cheap, China-made set of wrenches, but they never fit right, and that's why I wanted this. This was my reach tool. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, but I actually, when it got here, it feels sturdy. It's got a nice long handle for leverage. You really can't go wrong with it, in my opinion. Well, my workbench is getting pretty full here, and my tool bag's getting pretty empty, so we must be almost at the end here. So next thing I got in this bag of tricks, you kind of already see it poking out, is an OBD2 scan tool. Look, guys, if you're any new monkey with a toolbox, even a master mechanic, they're going to need a scanner. Now, this is your basic fulfill needs, plug her in, get her done situation. Definitely the cheapest one I could find on Amazon with good reviews, of course. All the tools you'll see have at least decent reviews. Nothing has bad reviews. But I needed this one in the kit. To me, if you're working on a car, you're going to want to know what the check engine light pops on for. This one I don't think can show you data streams. If you go up maybe a couple bucks, you might be able to get one that show you a data stream. So it's really helpful in diagnosing a car. But for any new users who just bought their car and all of a sudden you're driving it in the first 10 miles, your check engine pops on, you're going to see, oh, I can just get my bag out, plug in, see what's wrong with the car. And it makes work on the car a lot easier. So ain't much to that one. Besides that, it's your basic OBD2 reader. Can't live without one, in my opinion. And this bad boy, like I said, wasn't a lot, is $19.95. I know it seems like, oh, you said it was cheap, but this is cheap for a scanner. Usually you're spending at least 40 to 50 bucks. Sometimes you can find more expensive ones on sale if you're chasing Amazon hard. But this was a good Amazon reviewed one at the standard price. Okay, guys, now we're down to our last two tools. I'm going to pull them at the same time because you're going to be using them for pretty much the same purpose in some situations. So, we've got a LENOX 6-piece screwdriver and your basic collapsible knife here. Collapsible knife is not much to speak of here. This baby was very, very cheap, and this thing was only $3.75. And it's your basic retractable blade, razor blade knife. But that's the reason I got it. You can pull the razor blade out, and you can scrape things with it. And that's going to segue us to the LENOX 6-piece screwdriver. Now, this was actually something I searched for. I wanted one screwdriver in the kit that has multiple screw heads. Some of you people say, oh, they never fit right, they don't work right. Now, I had found one of these on the job when I was working in server management. Happened to be perfect to keep in a tool bag in the back of a closet or in the back of a car because it gives you a lot of options and you can work with it really quick. I got 6 different tools in this one tool alone. You get your PH1 and PH2 Phillips head. You've got a 1/4 inch and a 3/16 flathead, and then you got a 1/4 inch socket drive and a 5/16 socket drive. LENOX is a known tool brand. The reviews on this were great. The way this is designed, I love. You just keep flipping this thing around, and you get different options. And I can't say much more about this and how much I love screwdrivers. Like, they may look simple or stupid, but they get the job done, and they're great just to take up so little room in your bag. Now, the reason I can't say you're going to segue to this from the knife is that you're going to use those flatheads to scrape things down, or pry with them, or do stuff like that, which you might use your knife for too. But, like I said, the reviews on this was good, and this thing was only $8.50. I mean, how can you go wrong? I mean, I like it. It's cool. Alright, guys, that's all the tools I got in my bag, so let's talk about them a little more. So, if you're wondering what my grand total was spent on this kit, is $152.59, which honestly is a heck of a steal for what you got here. You've got plenty of tools to get so many different jobs done, and I couldn't be happier with it. I chose one with each with a purpose in mind, each with a mindset of what job you'd be doing on a car, and with that mindset of you're just a kid starting off, or an amateur mechanic, or you're looking for a to-go bag in a car, that you're going to want a basic set that's going to get almost everything you need to repair on a car done. And that this kit does. Granted, there are other tools that you'll probably need to do specialty jobs, but this will do all the general maintenance you have. Even some outside the general maintenance. And that's why I have all the tools I have here. And that's it. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. I'm pretty ecstatic about it. You're probably going to see some of this stuff go out in a giveaway. I was shocked to see how different Doug and I's tools were. I mean, I have 11 tools. He had 9. And some overlap, but honestly, we went completely different directions. He went more of, buy the tools you're going to keep for a lifetime and make sure they're good and make sure they get certain jobs done. Me, I went for jobs that are going to get you by for a while to get the most you can get done. And that's kind of how I just see it. Hit the like button if you like the video. If you don't, well, talk to you guys later on that one. And, subscribe, check out the website. You can find all these links to the tools on our website. And that's it. I'll catch you folks later. Peace.